All right, welcome to another episode from the Chart Reader. So this is a viewer request video, but it could very easily be a recent runner because both of them actually did really well today. NVOS and FFEI are what we're going to be looking at. Look, I know I've been saying it for the last few videos, all right? It's all about the 100 moving average for NVOS. I've been saying it for a while. Look how long it's been since we've been over that line. Yesterday closes over it, and today drops a beautiful confirmation, man. I very, very much love what I'm seeing here, all right? We'll get into the details shortly. Real quick, what are we going to do? Same thing we always do, right? We'll take a look at the daily and the weekly to see how this thing is setting up short term. We have our 5 moving averages. There are horizontal support and resistance lines that I do draw manually myself. And then when we're done up here, we'll use the MACD, RSI, and volume as our lower indicators. Hey, really quickly, if you can please like this video, subscribe to the channel, share, comment. Anything you can do really does help with the YouTube algorithms. But for real, just being here and giving me your time is beyond appreciated, all right? And look, I'm not perfect. I'm not all-knowing. I got no crystal ball telling me what tomorrow's going to do. But yeah, if you've got better opinions than me, please let me know them, all right? I'd rather you tell me I'm wrong than watch my money go down the toilet, all right? So look, let's get into it. And again, this is just really what I love to see, okay? First and foremost, let me zoom out. Gap fill, baby. Gap fill, gap fill, gap fill. I've been saying, do not think about this gap fill until we've made an important move like this. And hey, we finally did it. Again, look, the last time we were over the blue line is give or take right there. Almost a year ago, basically June of last year. We're in May, right? So, I mean, Jesus, you can just see it from right there. It just never happens. More so, look, right there we go over, can't do it the next day. Maybe we went over, can't do it the next day. Maybe we went over, can't do it the next day. We go over, can't do it the next day. We finally, look, I really do wish I had more decimals, but you can see it. The blue line is definitely under it right there. Like, we do close over it yesterday, and today was confirmation, baby. Look, I know it sounds silly when I say wait for confirmation. You know what I mean? Like, I know it, but there is a reason why I do it in all the videos, right? And at this point, look, I'm not necessarily saying it's going to keep going up, keep going up. I will say MACD looks beautiful. RSI actually doesn't even look that bad. I wish it was just a little lower, but there's plenty of room for this thing to go up before we start getting worried about oversold, right? And I mean, look at the volume. Over the last 2 weeks, only 2 little sprinkles of red, right? So this looks good, this looks good, this looks good, and this looks good. That's fantastic, right? I think it's very important to just, there's a couple things that could go, let's not, I mean, bad. There's no other way of saying bad, right? But I don't necessarily think they're going to be negative things. And honestly, I'm very much optimistic here. But I wouldn't be surprised if we come down to 50% candle. I'm going to like raise this just a little bit more. I don't have more decimals, right? I really wish I do, but I can see this coming to 50% of today's candle, basically right in the middle, or I can even see it coming back down to the 100 moving average, all right? Again, is that necessarily going to be a bad thing? I mean, it's not a good thing. Obviously, coming down is not what we want to do, right? But look, it's been a long time since we've broken this 100. I could see us coming back down and then hopefully bouncing on it one more time, all right? That said, look, the 8 looks like it wants to keep going up. The 20 looks like it wants to keep going up. Again, these are still good numbers. There's a good chance we actually do keep going up and actually target the 17 cent tomorrow. I would love for this thing to go 17 and beyond, right? Because again, between these right here, there's not that much. Maybe this 20-cent little plateau will do something. Maybe that 22-cent plateau will do something. I'm happy with my 24-cent line up here. I'm sorry, I'm just looking at it and I'm seeing if I want to lower it or not. I think I'm going to keep it. I do think I'm going to keep it. I know it's a little closer to the 29 line than I'd like it to be, but you know what? I think I might lower it to here. Give me a second. Give me 1 second. Let me just look at that. Let's do that. I am going to do that. I'm going to lower you to here. I think it'll give me a little bit of belief on this plateau being difficult. I'm taking the bottom of that candle right there. I like that. I think that's actually a little bit better of a line than the 24. Again, you know I'm a little conservative generally, right? So I wouldn't mind giving myself a little bit of a signal at 22 just in case we don't go to that 24, right? But again, 16 to 20. Look, 1 penny was a double-digit day, right? So literally just going from 16 to 17 would be a beautiful trade tomorrow. Going to 22 and 29 starts knocking the door for this gap fill. And again, we basically want to come to the 200 moving average at 57, right? Don't necessarily try to like get yourself these like 50-cent dreams at 16. However, moving average theory is once you break this line, you should want to go to this line, right? And we did just break and confirm. So, you know, I'm here trying to keep things a little step by step, you know what I mean? Like just take it line by line. I think it'll do you a lot better. It'll do me a lot better, I'll tell you that much. But look, if we can smash the 50 line on the volume, if we can get, I mean, what is that, 20 million? If we can get 22 plus million shares, this could go silly for sure. But overall, I'm liking what I'm seeing. We've broken this 100 moving average for the first time in a year. We confirmed it today with a beautiful double-digit day. Again, if we come back down, it's all about holding the 100. It's about bouncing on it and going up, or even just using the 8, never even touching the 100, right? But like coming back down is not necessarily a bad thing as long as we never lose this 100, all right? Just keep that in mind. But again, yesterday broke, today confirmed. This should want to go up. That is technical analysis 101 right there, right? And again, break this line, you want to come to this line. We've broken the 50, we came to the 100. Break the 100, you're going to want to go to the 200. And yeah, it's a big gap, right? So that's what I'm saying. Just, I think 29 cents is probably a more realistic expectation, even 22 cents. Because again, this is a relatively high RSI, right? It's not like we're in the 50s and we can go all the way up. Like 70 to 80 is not that far away. And I can see us getting to the 22 and like maybe that'll slow it down. But again, this has done something it hasn't done in a while. And look at this weekly chart. Hell yeah. Again, still a little early in the week, but I mean, as long as tomorrow nothing silly happens, yeah, don't come down to 14. Just hold this. And again, same with that 100. It's the first time we've been over the 100 moving average since what? Right here. Since, again, June of last year, right? So really big stuff happening here. And again, this line right here is actually at 78. So even this 50, whatever, I think it was 57, 58, yeah. If this breaks, they're NVOS is definitely doing what it's been wanting to do, all right? FFIE or FFEI? IE. All right, cool. Okay, so let's take a look at this chart. Obviously, the last 2 days have been really strong, all right? We actually do break the 8 for the first time. Did we break the 20? We did not break the 20. We close, you can see, it's 23 cents, 23 cents. But as I zoom in, there's definitely a little bit of distance between where we closed today and the 20 moving average. That said, that's actually not a bad thing, right? Because I'm actually not the biggest fan of breaking 2 lines with a single candle. I like breaking this one because hopefully all we got to do now is just kind of go right here, right? It's just a little less pressure in my opinion. Again, kind of the same comments I just said on the last one. This could really easily come back down to 20 cents, right? Basically 50% candle. In all honesty, this might even come down to 19 cents back at, or maybe even 18. The thing is saying it's at 18, the average 8, right? That said, if we can break 23 cents, I think there's a lot of reason to believe this will come to 27. I think 27 might be a little bit hard though, because this was an all-time low support line that was lost, right? You can see it's the bottom of this green candle. So a lot of bad has happened since we lost this. There's a lot of red that makes you kind of believe we might come here. But yeah, this might not be the easiest line to break. That said, this is fantastic. We're not quite in the positive realm yet. So that's a beautiful setup where the green is going up and the red wants to stay down. That's called divergence. That's called divergence right there. They're both doing the same thing. I love it. I wish this was positive, I'll be honest with you, but hey, that's nice. That's a great number. so much room for this thing to run before we start getting worried about the RSI. And it actually looks like the last 2 days were either at or over the white line, the 50 moving average, which is great. So, yeah, I'm not too sure this gets over 27. For real though, I mean, look, I say it often, there's so much red, 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 even past this, red, 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 red. This could want to come all the way to the 50 at 36. Like, I can very, like, as much as I'm not sure if this will cross 27, if 27 breaks, I don't think 31 will do much, and this thing will probably come to like 35, 36, whatever the 50 moving average moves at to tomorrow. But yeah, 2 really big days, and more than anything, look, the last just big thing, because a lot of it is the same chart as MULN, right? Let me just kind of flash MULN real quick. It's been a long time since MULN has crossed that 20 moving average, all right? We've come close and failed, we've come close and failed, and it really hasn't been since February, all right? FFIE kind of looks like the same chart. It actually has been, I'll take that one. Again, it's been since February that we've really broken that 20 moving average. Even this, Doji don't count, definitely fails the next day, right? This one also didn't do it either, right? And MULN looked like it wanted to do it, oops, not MULN, MULN, there we go. This one, I think, came closer to looking like it was going to break the 20 line and then just ultimately not doing it, right? So I do want to stress the difficulty of breaking the 20. But again, if the 20 breaks, if this, I'm going to set an alert. I'm not going to lie to you. I would actually really like to know 24 cents. If this thing breaks this, I think 27 is next. If 27 breaks, it really is going to want to run to 36, 35. You know what I mean? I think 38 will be pretty hard to break, though. I do. It's the bottom of the realest string of greens. So this will be a hard line to break. I think this will be harder than 27 to break. And yeah, I think that's about it to say on that. What does the weekly look like? Okay, and look, this is not a great weekly chart. You want your weekly over the 8 and the 20, not trading well below it. Again, though, just so much red, 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 red. There's a lot of reason to believe that there's recovery to be made. But look, the 8 moving average, what is this thing sitting at? 29 cents, right? Tomorrow, it's probably going to move down to 28 cents. I think that goes back to saying this 27 might not be the easiest thing to break. So watch this as your first resistance one. If it smashes, I would be looking for 35, that's for sure. But again, both of these do look good, and yeah, this actually has looked better than the last time I covered it. I know that much. I'm way more optimistic this time than on the last video. So trade safely. No guarantee that we break the 20, but if it does, there should be some good money to be made here. Thank you.